everyone's having a good day today. Novus is just about half gone, so thought we might celebrate a little bit. With what? I don't know, but we're going to be doing the Detonation Round number 49 today, and the big 50 is going to be the next time we stream Astroneer, so I'm going to try to figure out some fun stuff for that. I don't have any ideas at this point, but we'll get something going. And also, I want to make a clip at some point for the community initiative, because they're talking automation, and I've got automation on my base. Not, like, a bunch, but I've got some. So, let's see if we can get some fun stuff going. I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep that Bixper overlay going. That's a little bit distracting, but here, you know what? Let's actually make it just make it smaller for a second. Yeah, let's just make that a little bit smaller. There we go. Hey, Holden. See you then. Alright, I'll see you in about half an hour. Thanks for dropping by, man. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Wow, I was down a single hydrazine apparently. Okay, so one thing I'm probably going to do is, I think for the community initiative, I think I'm just gonna kind of showcase this a little bit, showcase what this used to do a little bit. I might turn it back on just for the initiative, and probably have this running at the same time as this, and this running at the same time, producing scrap and everything. And I might want to repair, I'm probably going to try to repair this thing and get it running back up for auto trading. So I want to have it auto trading for Asternium to probably those jetpacks. I want to start, I have an Asternium farm now, so I want to start farming up Asternium into scrap. So this Asternium, I'm going to actually place it over here, so I can kind of think about that later. I hope everyone's having a good day today. My Astroneer base is not going to be the main focus of today. The main focus of today is going to be the Novus Project. And yeah, if you guys did happen to see some of the messages I sent out in some of the Discords, I was talking about how Novus is almost half gone, and what I was talking about there is, well, it's a little easier to show than to tell. But here, we're about to see. Hold on, we have to go around a bit. But Novus normally looks like this, yeah? Normally. But looks a little different because I've been doing a couple of things. It's more like this now. So that's right near stripped down to half the planet. I'm gonna call halfway at the big round 50 this next time. And I think that will be pretty awesome. But for this round, we've got a little bit of work to do. We've got plenty of titanium over here for now. But I'm gonna do the switch out at the hydrogen farm, which I also want to show in the clip over at Visania. When I get that hydrogen farm up and running, because it produced the hydrogen for this round, but I need to do the switch out for this coming round. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I am a dum-dum. Shoot. Well, let's land real fast, just to even out the fuel. And launch again. Hey. Also, I need to go through and activate all the gateways at one point. After the gateways happen, launch to other planets. Why did I manage to click on that and not on Visania? I have no idea. I don't think I will probably ever know. I probably clicked on the tiny thing. Can I get it? I can get it. Yes! So we're gonna land over here and we're gonna do the switch out. So what I'm probably gonna want to show is it being completed, or is it in its completed state with 1536 power, and then do the switch out. Except I don't really know how to like do cuts or anything. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't really have any video editing software. So, yeah. Fun times. Why are you not switching out? Why are you out? That water came on at exactly the wrong time. That water came on exactly when I switched out the hydrogen, and I was like, why did the water go suddenly? Yeah, why was there suddenly a sound of water? Why was the sound of water? I have no idea what the song is, but sure, Pretzel Rocks. And grab. And grab. So yeah, we'll just do this. No. So this hydrogen is what we'll be using to blow up the planet today. All of this is fairly standard operations for us by now. But if you're new here, welcome to the channel. And if you're not new here, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing. Just the basic operations for the Novus Project. The reason why we do the switch out is so the farm can continue farming up the hydrogen while we go do other things. These are just all the things that happen for the all the things that need to happen for a single round of the Novus Project. Come a long ways in terms of efficiency from the beginning. No. No. I don't. Why did you switch out? I don't know why it switched out with another thing, but this game sometimes does not always stop it. Does not always cooperate. As is evidenced by all of that. Come on. Literally like 1 pixel too far away. Switch out feature is very handy, but it's also just a little bit janky. And land. There we go. Grab you. So we're just gonna make sure we always double check after every single switcheroo that we run the correct amount of power. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas for the Big 50, big halfway point, after which we will be over halfway done with the Novus Project as a whole, which in my book is a huge milestone. I think we called a quarter pretty early. But this is definitely going to be halfway. I have a much better idea at this halfway point than we did at the quarter point of what this overall will take. I might make up a couple of rounds of fireworks. That might be kind of fun. There we go. Alright. So this should now be drawing. There should be 96 power left over. And only 96. 96 exactly is correct. So all of these RTGs are driving all of these atmospheric condensers. Not going to worry about taking the hydrogen over to Novus just yet. That'll come later. That'll come in just a little bit. On Novus, we're going to worry about making the bombs first. The bombs are, since they get destroyed every time I use them, I have to remake them every single time. But thankfully I have a nice little factory that helps me put them together much faster. And we're starting all of that 11 minutes in. Grab you. And no, why? I hate the camera in this game sometimes. Low-key, I hate the camera in this game sometimes. I don't know why it insists on being demonic, but it just does. Alright, and then this is where the big titanium usage comes from. All of these medium storage silos that have to get printed in order to feed the massive project. So this will become the bomb. And we're actually chewing through these at a fairly good rate. Them a little bit closer. I'm gonna use 8 of them. Because we only make 8. Well, actually, this round is gonna be 9 bombs. But we're only gonna use 8 of them. We're gonna make 8. We're gonna use 9. We've got a couple of spares that we're getting through. And we're ready to get started now that we've printed our first silos. So it automatically unpacks. All the auto arms come up and grab. Then they all place down at the exact same time. And then it all unpacks automatically. Very, very handy. And then this one is ready. And it unpacks again. This is a very, very, very handy system. Pretty much all I have to grab is the one singular silo. And they all put them on at the same time, and so therefore they don't actually overlap slots, which is a nice handy little wrinkle that I think I have to credit Astrodude for pointing out. Oh, we had a problem here. That guy didn't get to it in time. It is okay. One mistake is not a huge deal. And I think that was more my fault for hitting the button too early. But the fact remains, this factory is amazing and has saved me a lot of time. And I'm probably going to include that in the clip I want to make. Alright, next thing. Gonna grab the platform, unpack you, grab a silo, place it on here. So each of these, each of those large storage silo type A's gives enough titanium for exactly 2 bombs. gonna try to grab from over here. There we go. It's not really gonna make a difference, but they all get to grab something. It only really messes up like every once in a while. In order to work properly, though, it will need some logic that Astroneer cannot provide. Which is sad. And we got the silo. This is going to be the last of the silos here. So I'm going to get ready to switch these on out. That's good. Why would you do this to me? I can't see what I'm trying to switch out. There we go. Alright, and we both have... For some reason it has an odd number right there, but I don't know why. And this is a use case for a tier 2 auto arm, because handling some of these packages would have been nice. But that's something that the devs have been seeming very reluctant to add. Should they ever add it, though, I will be extremely happy because it'll solve my problems with research items in the core. Currently, I have way too many research items in the core, and it's a pain to haul up. And yoink. And use. Hey, look, we got more bytes. I mean, we really do not need bytes. We're kind of just passively getting 6.8 million. We kind of just have 6.8 million bytes. Nothing to spend them on, but they're there. And yoink. As soon as that's finished unpacking, we just switch it out with the next one. Yeah, the 8 overall is working nicely. Nope. Why did I do that? Because the camera was literally inside this thing, and I didn't know it. I was trying to grab that. I might want to move that platform just a little bit so I can more easily get to the stuff that it prints. Because it's just a little bit of a pain. Already on bomb 3, and it's only been 8 minutes. And yoink. You ready? Fire. Timing is very nice and tight on this. Took a few tries to get right. I think I want to move this back just a hair. Just so I don't end up accidentally grabbing it again, because I've done that before. Many times. I don't think I want you there. That's the spot where I'm using the F button quite a bit. That's much clearer. We're now exactly halfway through. This is the 4th silo of the 4th bomb. And all of them have grabbed nicely. So far we've only had one malfunction in this factory, and I'm almost certain it was user error. I just grabbed a little too early and a little too fast. I was too ambitious. But, the bomb-making process is going very smoothly. And yes, I know these are very ugly bombs, but weapons of war are never all that pretty to begin with. And that's what I'm in, a war against the planet. I'm just kidding. Or am I? If it's a war against the planet, I'm sure when. Ow. Shoot. I should have switched these out when I had the chance. I'll just have to wait around for a little bit for it to, There we go. I'll just wait around for a little bit for everything to filter through. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a nice day today. I know I'm having a nice day. The auto printing and then the auto arms grabbing the printed items is really super helpful. Nearly there. At 6, I could technically fire now. I want to wait a little bit, though. There we go. Fortunately, it takes it a little bit to fire, so gives those auto arms just barely enough time to get that little tiny medium storage refilled. I wonder if it would work better if I had the medium storage upright instead of collapsed down. I don't feel like it would. I kind of feel like it's more designed to be broad. And that's kind of how I just originally built it. Alright, let's grab this. Yoink, place them all down. Working beautifully today. Grab you, place you down there. Wait for the next two to place. There we go. So I'm watching these guys to make sure that they are actually placing all of the auto arm stuff. Storage sensors seem to be unreliable. Not entirely sure why. We'll only need one more silo of titanium. Silo type A. This is bomb number 5. We have enough for bomb number 6. And then we'll have enough for bomb number 7 and 8 in the next silo of titanium. And go. I'm gonna try a thing. I'm just gonna wait to place it down. Wait, that's not gonna work. Yeah, this is definitely not gonna work. I need something to absorb the signals. Right, I forgot all about that. Because it sends multiple signals. I don't know a whole lot about Astroneer automation, but the what little I do know says that it's probably not going to be that possible for something like that to happen. Alright, while that goes, I'm going to do the last switch out of these storage silos. Nope. Grab the whole silo. There we go. That will ensure that while I bring this bomb that's completed over here, and while I bring that bomb that's completed over... Ah, no. This next bomb will be ready to start as soon as I bring it. Nearly. And I think that's us good. Yeah. I'm gonna need a test. I want to test what it does when you send multiple signals into a delay repeater. Can delay repeaters absorb multiple signals? Because if so, that might be the solution to our problems. Emphasis on might. Because you never really know this type of thing with Astroneer. Things do not always work the way they seem that they should work. It is what it is. Alright. Got that silo out of the way. And this silo. Man, it's only been like... And we're already on the... Wait, we're already finishing bomb number 7. It's actually pretty darn good. Alright, I'm going to... Here, alright. Okay, we've got enough for the next... Exactly enough for this next last bomb. It's good, because sometimes I have these silos fall through the ground. Ah! What in the heck are you doing? That's what I was trying to avoid by moving you. Yeah, but a delay repeater actually is not going to fix that problem. I mean, I know I've already gone over this several times, but I know a delay repeater is not going to fix the problem because it's only going to delay the output. And there's no way I can just absorb and just have an instant output and absorb then further outputs for a certain time. Maybe that's a number gate. I'm not sure. I know it sends 1, 2, and 3, and not 4. Okay, it says 3 faulty signals. This I know. So we only want to trigger it on every 4th signal. Maybe the count repeater might be a good thing. I haven't actually really explored it all that much. Alright, where is the logic? Storage sensor, button repeater, proximity repeater. After a specified delay. When activated a specified number of times, also activates an invade. Okay, so that's after, like, I could set it to 4 and it would activate on the 4th one only. Could be the answer. That would require a bit of offsetting, but it might be the answer. Might have to prime it, but anyway, that's the bombs made. That was only 20 minutes. Let me empty these guys out. They're very nearly empty. Once they're empty, I'll switch them out with a full one. Full one will fill up everything. And Mike. Cool. Let's fill those bad boys up. Ready for the next round. The big halfway. Alright. Now, got all the bombs ready. Gonna need to bring everything over. I think for round 50, I'm going to, I think I'm gonna go for the Prime subscription for Pretzel Rocks to get rid of the chat spam. It's just getting a slight bit annoying. So all we're looking to do here is drop by, grab some fuel, grab some hydrogen, which is pretty darn close to fuel, and take back off. That's a nice view. Please tell me I clicked the right thing. I did. I'm a genius. After this stream, I'm gonna need to do a bunch of Novus Project cleanup, because I think before round 50 fully kicks off, I want everything to be as clean as possible. That's gonna mean doing something with the research in the core, though, sadly. Means I'm gonna need to bring down a packager printer, most likely. So I'm gonna need a packager printer, and I'm gonna need a silo of these things. Since I don't really entirely want to use up a whole ton of resources for... Yeah, thank you. It paused my chat due to scroll. Sometimes it's annoying when OBS does that. Sometimes it's helpful when chat's going crazy, but I do not have that problem. I do have a problem, though. That's not right. That problem that I had earlier with right out of the gate, that was my fault. It had a little bit more repercussions than I thought it would. See. worked out well. This guy has 3 left. Use again. Off we go. Back to grab some more. Back to grab some more hydrogen. And yes, Dixper is on today, so if you want to mess directly with my game, please feel free to. That's what Dixper is for. Let's see. I think I'm probably going to, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just switched out. Yeah, I do want to try to promote the 50% mark, the halfway mark, as much as I can. So I don't really know how to do that, because I really do not promote my stream on a regular basis. And I don't know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I really don't mind. I've been doing lots of streams recently with nobody in chat, and it's kind of sad, but it's something that I am happy to live with. Can you get rid of that? Stop highlighting it, please. Can I just highlight nothing? Let's do that. Alright, let me grab you. And I want to grab you. This silo I want to fill up first, then we're going to switch it out as soon as we can. Not going to have actually enough space for all of this hydrogen on this bomb, but it'll be a decent amount. We should have another silo plus these two, plus another silo with 6 medium storage silos remaining. Yep, that's it. Space we got. That bomb, at least. This round, we're gonna have 9 bombs. I don't know. I feel like, what if for Detonation Round 50 we did twice the number of bombs? I could prep that off stream. Or what if we did just a couple of extra bombs? Wait, I don't need to put on both. I just need to put on the one. What if we did like a couple of extra bombs? So, Detonation Round 1, all the way back in the day. Detonation Round 1, which was all the way back in... Wow, it's almost been a year. Detonation Round 1 was half of these, so I could do another 50%, which would be another 4 bombs, and we could run 12 bombs. We appear to be taking a kilobyte hit. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Looks like we're kind of back a little bit. Hope things smooth out. But I think that might be a nice idea. I always have to, like, do a little bit of... It would actually make the math a little easier. Because we use 9,000 odd stuff around. Yeah, we use 9,000 odd things around. I'm gonna turn this Dixper thing off. There we go. I'm gonna turn that off. I'll turn it back on if somebody hops in. But I think it might be actually a good idea. That'd be kind of a way to make the round special, and it would be something fun, I think. To have extra bombs. And of course I would need to make sure that I prepped ahead of time. I'd probably just fill them ahead of time. Filling them ahead of time would not be too much of an issue. That wouldn't actually fix the count though, would it? Because it wouldn't be exactly half of a round that I added. It'd be kind of... it'd be slightly less than half, because we're doing... we have a quarter of an extra bomb every single time. I'm not sure. I have a good count going, I don't want to screw that up. I'm open to doing a double round, though. That might actually be a lot of fun. We'll have to be careful of glitched out terrain, because it's very easy to glitch out terrain in this. Oh wow, I was not expecting there to be more. Shoot. I should have seen that coming. That was dumb. That was a dumb move. This one's just gonna have 3 silos on it. Yeah, it's fun. A whole ton, but... alright. Back we go. That would move the leap rounds back to an even number. I just did a double round for around 50. I don't know if we could do like 2 bombs together because of glitched terrain. It's already hard enough to avoid glitched out terrain as it is. I don't think I would do that. I think I'm probably just gonna go with twice the number of bombs. Yeah, that is very close to just straight sliced in half. I've actually gotten really close to that ambition. Hello. Spun my camera all the way around. So what I'm gonna have to do is I want to make like a YouTube compilation afterward, summing up the Novus Project. Because that's something I think that would be something I would want to watch on YouTube. I would not want to watch all of these streams, all of these records, all of that. I would not want to do that. Hopefully by the time the Novus Project is done, I'll have a face cam. And hopefully actually fairly soon I'll have a face cam. That would be a cool round 50 type of thing. I don't know. I want to see what people's ideas are for round 50. So yeah, for round 50, for right now, my current ideas are twice the number of bombs, throw some fireworks in there somewhere, maybe make a couple of automated fireworks displays on Novus, just temporary stuff, fun stuff. I should have switched out that. That was kind of a dumb move. I should have switched out way earlier. let's move you over. So yeah, do something with fireworks. Do something with the with extra bombs in the round. And I don't know. Maybe a face reveal? That might be fun. It depends on if I can get a face cam going by that point. I've got a face cam that I was thinking about buying. Yeah, I don't know entirely. I got a face cam I was thinking about buying. I want to get like some nice lighting for the background, because right now I don't have a good background. Because I don't want to just do it with the background that I've got, because right now I'm just in the basement and I've got I just got some exercise equipment in the background. I don't want to do that. I want to get something more substantial. Wait, did you refuel? You did refuel. Actually, no, you didn't refuel this time. You refilled previously. I like this song, though. This is a cool song. And there we go. Not sure. I kind of want to do something with Rocket Rovers because Rocket Rovers are cool, but they're also very long. So they tend to get boring for people watching. At least that's what I've deduced. Yeah, Rocket Rovers tend to get a little boring watching. Even though they're a very fascinating concept and they're very difficult to pull off, they're very interesting on the surface. You. And you. Very interesting on the surface, but it's very difficult to get people interested in it. Oh, that's why it's not snapping, because the other one wasn't snapped. Could you just snap for me, please? Thank you. Make my life way easier. So I think that would be a good idea. But I don't know, it'd have to be something kind of interesting. Maybe I could get somebody on to help for the 50th round. I want to turn it into a kind of a big celebration. Hold on, I think Tactical is still streaming, right? Yeah. She's streaming. She'll probably be streaming for a while. I think I might be able to... What if I got, like, somebody else on to help me run the 50th Detonation Round? That could be a lot of fun. I want to say that. I don't know if anybody from Tactical Illusions community is on here, but if they are, maybe you could ask her about it. I want to ping her in Discord about it, but I want to ask later. And also, if maybe I can get Tactile Object on. Wait, let me see if I can shoot Tactile a message in the Discord. In the Astroneer Discord. Let me see if I can shoot him a message. How about... Let me see, would you be interested in... Let's see, for round number 50 of the Novus Project. Let's see, it'll mark the halfway. So round 50 is going to mark the halfway point for the Novus Project. So the reason why this is special is because it will mark the halfway point. The halfway point means the planet will be 50% gone. Let's see. I'll tell him I'm willing to flex to his schedule, but that's the idea. I sent him a ping in the Discord. See if he responds. I don't know if he will or not. But yeah, I know Tactile's been in chat before, once or twice. It would be a lot of fun if Tactile was in here. Yeah, I just gotta head back to get more hydrogen. This is kind of interesting. Let's cook up a plan for it. Let's see if let's change the title to that. Alright. I'm gonna go back to Visenya. So, while we're doing this, I want to kind of think up a couple of plans. I kind of want to do something with fireworks. I do still have some of those, like, I do still have some of those, colored fireworks left over from Christmas. I didn't really get all that many. But I wonder if we might be able to do something with them. That might be an interesting idea. I might have to do a couple of multiplayer rounds with a couple of people just to do some planning. I'm gonna see if... Let's see. I'll leave my Discord kind of open to check DMs. Sorry, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna pop it on here. I'll see if a DM comes in. And we're gonna go back to Novus. So yeah, I think for now, what I want to do is I want to start with... The starter ideas are do something fun with fireworks and do twice the number of bombs. If you have any other ideas, I want to see them in chat. But I want to do something with 50. Like something that says 50% halfway done. And something. And I want to minimize lag, especially if we're going to have other people on, because that means a lot of cleanup needs to happen. Because it's a little sloppy down on the core, and a lot of frames are lost by the core. I mean, there is only so much I can do, but the core is the #1 thief for frames. Yes, so we're gonna need to switch this one out as well. And don't worry, this one's going to be full. I think this will be interesting. We are finally done with the transfer. This one has 6 left. Alright, let's land back at Visenya. I want to save, so what I'm going to do is I'm for sure, so some of the things that I'm saving for the end of the Novus Project, so I'm saving a solar base in the core, and I'm saving activating Novus, and simultaneously getting the activate all gateways in all planets achievement. I want to get 2 in 1, so I'm saving those for the end of the Novus Project. The end of the Novus Project will be entirely something different. And I'll probably blow up my base just for the heck of it at the end. Yeah, the current projection, which, I mean, we'll probably go a little bit over, just simply for the fact of bomb inefficiency of placement. But the current estimate is 100 rounds. We want to go to Novus. Ah, we're close. We're close. We're close. There we go. Now we're good. So yeah, I have enough to equip anybody who would ever want to come on with anything they'll ever need. So that's not a problem. I do have a lot of soil. I might want to farm up some extra gunpowder or something. Or at least the fireworks bit. While you're transferring, I want to look through the, a small printer. Where's a small printer? Here's a small printer. Do you even do... You do dynamite? You do auto-print fireworks. That's good. Auto-printing fireworks is... Hey, Holden! Welcome back. No worries about it taking longer. I am brainstorming ideas for the Big 50 celebration. So, in case you haven't been around for the past couple of rounds, we are currently on round number 49 of the Novus Project. And the planet is very, very close to 50% destroyed. I'm calling it at round 50. And I'm going to call it and say that the planet is completely 50% destroyed at round 50. And I want to make a big celebration of it. So far, I've got a couple of ideas. Obviously, when I have Dixper on, and Dixper is, by the way, Dixper is on, and they have this new kind of fun little thing up in the top right corner of the screen. I'll turn it on for a little bit. It gets annoying, but it gets annoying because it just constantly goes and goes, but it's got a little fun thing. Anyway, so current plans, and I want your ideas. I really want to hear your ideas because you've been around a while. You know what's up. I want to do twice the number of bombs. So we normally do 8 bombs. I want to do 16, which is gonna mean I'm gonna need to prep ahead of before the round starts. I'm also gonna need to make sure that the core is very clear for the reasons of the next bit. I forgot to do the switch out. So then item number 2 is I want to do something fun and fancy with fireworks. And I want to try to mix the number 50 in there somewhere. I don't really know how. I know probably not 50,000. But the third idea is I want to get a couple of people on the save, actually, to... Oh, I never hit enter. To actually do the round with me. So if we have more bombs, we can have like a couple of people out to help me set up the bombs and blow them up. And I think that could be kind of fun. And maybe I could give them all. I could give like each one of them their own rocket rover, or make it all like go out on a rocket rover expedition or something. I think it could be fun. Another idea, you'll definitely hop on. I'm not sure because you can only have 4 people in a save, right? At the same time. I'm not sure necessarily what I want to do. I want to for sure ask Tactile Object. I appreciate the volunteering. I'm gonna have to think about that. Might ask you. I'm not 100% sure. And please don't take any offense to that. No offense is intended. I'm not saying that you're not worthy or anything. But I want this. This is most likely going to be a momentous occasion in the community's history. Because so far, nobody has even remotely come close to doing this in adventure mode. As far as I know. But I would like to get your help with planning it, if that's okay with you. The date, I think because I want to try to get Tactile Object on, and I also would like to get an old friend of mine who is one of the reasons why I hopped into Astroneer, Tactical Illusion. I kind of want to get her on. Because she's a fun person. She's one of the reasons why I started streaming. Fly a rocket rover with bombs on it into one of the gold things that sets off fireworks. Goodness, dude. I'm not sure how that would work. That just sounds like he just threw all the ideas together with one. But using a rocket rover to set off some of the... Ooh. You know how we have that sensor, if you're familiar with Tactical? Yeah, I know his work really well. He's a really great guy. He's been in here a couple of times, so he knows about the Novus Project. He knows it exists, and he thinks... He told me he thought it was a pretty cool thing. But my thought is if we can get him on, and maybe if we could get like one of the devs on, that would be really cool. I do not have the clout to pull to get that kind of thing happening, so it's probably just a pipe dream, but that's a space sensor. Yeah, so you know how we have that one space sensor up in orbit on Glacio, right? You remember that? I don't know if you remember that. That was a while ago, but it's been there that entire time. Those things have been entirely useless. What if I made a space sensor have trigger a massive fireworks display when the rocket went through it? What if I set one up here? And because as you'll see in just a second, I've literally got a base right up where the rocket goes by. So it actually wouldn't be that hard, unfeasible to do. That's actually a good idea, using a space sensor. But I think I want to use it with a rocket, because that's not something that a lot of people do. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna go. I played around with the slugs at all? You mean the snails? Yeah, I played around with them. Yeah, that's a little fast. All right, so right here, I'm gonna probably want to take this launch pad down or something. But you see, we're literally right by this base. So this base right here, we could just completely. We could just go a little bit out to the left and we'd have a sensor. Snails, slugs. They're snails. Officially, they're gastropods. Anyway, have a look at Novus from the interplanetary view. Like, that is really close. Like, there's gonna be some stuff that we're gonna handle today, which is gonna be over on this side, that little extra bump out there. But it is really close to 50% done. So, man, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really do kind of want to get maybe Gina on. I think that would be really, really cool. I really don't have the clout to pull to get that kind of thing. But that is a really cool idea. I might see if tactile object responds to my I sent tactile a ping in the Discord. If he responds, which I think he should. If he responds, I'll ask him if maybe it's possible for us to coordinate it so we can get Gina on. But also, officially, you died on Calator because after dying once to your own fault, you went back with some filters and all your items were tiny and some disappeared. Have you checked the cave layer below? I mean, you know just as well as I do, but usually when the items are tiny, that means the backpack despawned, but the items never sized up. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I saw what you meant. But the items never size back up. That's happened to me once or twice, and that actually makes it easier for them to fall through terrain, in my experience. So maybe that might have something to do with it. You can... Wait. You... Alright. I don't know. Do you think it would be cool to have Gina on? What would be really cool is if we could have Joe on. That would be really, really cool. I really don't think that's going to happen, but that would be really, really cool. Maybe we could have Joe on. Looked around a ton, died several times in the process. Goodbye, one portable oxygenator. Ah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Wait. Switch out. Barely did that in time. I'm sorry about that, man. Hey, at least you have the snails. Snails can function as a portable oxygenator. Wow. Yeah, I'm guessing you checked the cave layer below if you looked around a ton. Rated me before. They have rated me, but they also rate everybody. They rate a lot of people. They rated me once. So that's entirely different from having one of the devs actually on my save. That's entirely different. I think it might be plausible to get Gina on. Snails on me and you're getting the Calidar snail. You can recover the snails from any launchpad. That's not a big problem. I'm assuming you knew that already, but yeah, the snail, getting the Calidar snail. That raid never would have found my channel. Well, I'm glad you did. Cause it's been great to have you along. So obviously this big 50 is going to take a little bit of planning. So it may not happen for a few weeks, but I want to plan it out and make it as big of an event as I can throw. So, fireworks display. After we do this round of the Novus Project, I don't know if you can stick around for that long or not. But after we do this round of the Novus Project, I really want to try to maybe test a couple of things out. I do actually still have some of those specialty fireworks from Christmas. Not this Christmas, but like the Christmas of 2 years back. I do still have some of them. I never collected a lot of them, but I do still have some. So that might actually do us a favor. We might be able to throw in a few of them there. You cannot print any of them. And I'm not going to duplicate any of them because I'm not going to go into creative in this save. So far, this save is still eligible to get achievements. You'll probably be it for a while. Well, hopefully you can help me test out some fireworks stuff. I don't really have any idea what I want to do with the fireworks. The idea is just fireworks right now. Wait, let me get that written. Let me get this stuff written down in sticky notes. Are you notepad or sticky note? You're not even at either of those. Let's see. Sticky notes. New sticky note. Alright, let's turn on the display capture. Oh, that's in just the wrong spot. Let's move you right over there. Okay. Alright, so ideas. Alright, so Big 50 celebration ideas. One. Twice the number of bombs instead of the 8 to 16. I think that'll be fun. 2. Do something with fireworks and maybe an orbital sensor. And then 3. Hopefully get tactile object online in my save. Or at least some of the stream. Does that cover everything? I think that covers pretty much everything. Alright. I'm gonna, at least I have it now to write down. And keep watching Discord here. Oh. One more thing. One more thing. Face reveal is heavily dependent on whether or not I can actually get the camera in and working. I don't even have a camera right now. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts so far, Holden? I actually don't have any mod. So, Holden, I actually don't have any mods. So if Holden, if you can show up for that stream. Currently, I don't have any mods on this channel. I might end up, I might need your help to mod the channel if the stream gets big enough. Would you be willing to possibly do that? Because I do trust you a lot, and I think you know the spirit of the channel really well. Would that be something you would be interested in doing? If you're not interested, no worries at all. I totally understand it's a bit of responsibility. Yeah, that did get everything. Nice. That off first. Then interact. Although, Holden, if I do end up modding you, you will lose your VIP status. Because mod takes place at VIP. I don't know, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Getting stuck on a random large printer. Also, I want to try to record a clip or something for a little bit about my automation in this save, just for the community initiative this month. Because it's a pretty cool community initiative, because they're talking about automation and stuff, and I happen to have a fair bit of that in my save, and I'm going to turn the Dexper thing off because it's driving me nuts. Okay, that's off now. Holden, are you still here? I think I have overwhelmed Holden. Holden has abandoned us. This is a kind of interesting song. Yeah, this should be, if I can pull this off, I think I could make this be a really nice big celebration. I don't want this to just be a celebration of, oh, hey, look what Minecraft has done. I also want this to kind of be a celebration of the game, and the fact that the game just even allows you to do this. I don't know, I'm starting to get kind of excited about this idea. Holden, let me know when you get back, though, dude, because I, got some questions for you. And we're gonna refuel. When we get back to the planet of Visania, of course. No, not Glacio. Glacio's like, no, please come back to me, master. No, bad planet. I have a calling that I must do. Okay, now it's all filled up. Last little bit of hydrogen. I really should have just switched them out, but is what it is. So this round is going to have 9 bombs. Also, something that has kind of bugged me throughout the Novus Project is that the leap rounds are always on odd rounds because of that first round that I did. Doing double the amount of bombs on the 50th round, actually switch that around so that way leap rounds and get ready for the switch out right now. Ah, did it in the middle of something. This bomb should finish up completely though. And exactly, this is bomb number 9. That's encouraging. Hold it! Let me know when you get back, dude! I need to talk to you! That's everything. That's everything. That's it, guys. Round 49. Last round before the big 50. And yeah. So I'm gonna need to do a ton of cleanup. Because the Novus Project... Okay, it's really nice and neat up here, but once you get down to the core, it's not neat at all. The core is currently very, very messy. And I feel like there's quite a bit I could do to help it out and fix the mess. But yeah, you can tell how laggy it is down here. There's just so much stuff in general. And the reason why it just froze is because I hit F to go back into my rocket ship. Because I didn't feel like flying all the way back up. Wait, why do I have... Oh, that's dastardly. I'll try to get it somewhat close to what it's supposed to be. I can actually just fly with my backpack out. That's kind of interesting. Holden, let me know when you get back, bro. Need you, man. I have a plan that I think you'll like. Not 100% sure. Might not. I think you might like it. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a little bit of extra fuel. At the end of the Novus Project, though, I'm going to revisit every section of the previous saves of the Novus Project, specifically the first one, and see how far we've come as far as base and everything. All right, let's grab this. We'll do the save backup. Hold it. Hold it, dude. Research sample. Interesting. Alright. Nope. Hey, what is the options on this one? Huh. Can duplicate it without being in it. That's nice to know. 117.1. Eesh. Number 49. Here, now 49ers. Confirm. Freeze. Wait for a few seconds. Unfreeze. And freeze again. Right about now. And then unfreeze. And it should show up right here. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, Holden, let me know when you come back, bro. I need you. Holden! 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 Come on, man. Don't launch. Still not up top. Yay. Wait a second. I'm gonna go back to, the Glacier real fast. What do I got there as far as, like... What do I got there as far as, like, Oh, no. Nah. Yay. I'm a dum-dum. Yeah, I'm a dum-dum. It's okay, I'll get back to the planet with 16 launches. Oh, I should have taken those back. Now I really feel dumb. Okay, well, we'll drop back Glacio. I want to see what I'm doing while I'm waiting for Holden to get back. Well, let's see what we're doing at Glacio. Come on, Holden, man. Need to talk to you. Need to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Why do I have a beacon over there? I don't actually remember, but... Alright, so this is some of the fireworks that I've got. I got some blue fireworks. These are just a silo of blue fireworks. I have some other colors somewhere. I have no idea where, but I know I got them somewhere. And I need to suck it up and print some more extra large platforms. Man, I don't know where I put them. They're somewhere here, but I don't know where. So far, it appears like the only ones that I've got that I know of immediately are blue fireworks. Which is sad. A bunch of random things. This project, which never got finished, which was sad. I actually really liked the idea of this project, just nobody liked to watch it, so... Okay, we've got the silos, we've got silos of packagers. Man, I don't know what I did with those fireworks. I know they're here somewhere, but I have no idea what I did with them. Man, this guy I never disabled the output on him. I feel like a dum-dum. Alright, 1 second. Alright, there we go. Let's see. This has just 2 extras. I mean, it's not terrible. So I want to save this tungsten because I'm going to make this tungsten into something else for the, I'm going to use this wolframite into tungsten for the video that I want to submit. Why must you guys be like this? Okay, I don't know where they are. I don't think, I must have... Wait, are they at... They might be at Silva. It doesn't make sense, but they might still be at Silva. Yeah, they might still be at Silva. Let's try the Silva base. Alright, so the Silva base is... This, by the way, this Silva base is so old. I moved to Glacio so early on, just because Silva was just not cutting it as far as building space. Okay, did I even store any of the fireworks over here? I don't feel like I did, honestly. Let's see. Does not look like I have any fireworks over here. But I do have this nail thing over here. Xenobiology lab is still cute. Right here. Alright, and also if we have extra people online in the save, I'm definitely gonna have them definitely gonna have them recover some snails of their own. I'm gonna drop over to Visania. Just for fuel reasons, and Holden, are you back yet? Are you back yet, man? I don't know if you're back yet. Real fast, let me check the Discord and see if my message has been seen. Let's see. Yeah, it's not showing anything. Alright. Anyway. Wait, what am I doing here? I need to be over a Novus. Pardon me, I'm just derping out all over the place today. So I think what I think I might do is I might leave like 1 or 2 bombs unconstructed just to kind of demonstrate the process. I think that could be good. But I needed to grab some silos over here. The 2 silos that are left after finishing the Novus Project prep. And I need to take those back to Visania, because I forgot to earlier. Okay. Off to Visania it is. And yoink. So these guys are just gonna chill back on their platform over here. Just platform there. Alright. Back we go to Novus. We're just gonna do the detonation round, and Alton, if you show up, let me know. Oh dear. Taking a major bite hit. Sorry, there's not really a whole lot I can do about the bitrate, but it seems to be coming back from it a little bit. Alright. Let us grab one more hydrazine. There we go. Then we'll grab a bomb. Yeah, the totals of all the resources we'll need to make sure to grab all those. Need to make sure to grab everything we can. Today we're going to be working on trying to make sure that we're as close to the halfway mark as possible. I'm going to need to work out what I want Tactile Object and Gina to do, because if they just come in here and do nothing, they're not going to have any fun. So I want them to have fun. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's just ground scatter. It's not supposed to be there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, alright, well, let's just put the bomb right here. This'll work. I didn't know that the ground was that thin right here. That will definitely take care of that outcropping there. Ooh, I missed a little bit. That's alright, that's what I've got the terrain gun for. Alright, and got some of the crumbling stones here. All the debris has been falling down. Seems like it's released all the frames, which is good. Alright, we're in business. I need to take care of that one big old outcropping, but that's not a huge deal. I do love this floating gateway. It's floating higher than any gateway has ever floated before. Ow. Okay, shoot. Alright, that should be good. I need to grab a few more fuel. There we go. Grab some dynamite. And then we're gonna go right here. We're gonna get stuck, and then we're gonna go right here. Alright, got the bomb. Let's head off. And also, part of the reason why I want to do extras is because I think that they're probably going to get wasted a little bit. I've gotten very efficient in placing them. People who have never placed them before most likely did not have any idea how to place them. Let's see. This big old shell right where it used to be... It's a shell of a different bomb, but it's still a shell, and I still want to get rid of it. Let's get rid of it this way. Ooh, that was nice. Let everything start to fall down. And get rid of all these crumbling stones. Which are ironically some of the sturdiest things in the game. Okay. Yeah, I hope Holden comes back. I still want to talk to him. I might... Here, let me see if I can shoot him a direct message in Discord after I dig this up. Actually, no. I'll do it right now before I forget, because I'm going to forget. Let's see. Alright, cool. We'll keep destroying this thing, and hope Holden comes back sometime. Man, this is a lot bigger than it looks like. Alright, just getting the rest of this bit down. It's a little... It takes a little bit, but man. And we're nearly done. That is the nice thing about these outcroppings, is that they're usually real thin. So even though they may be quite a decent amount of soil, it could just end up having several issues. But it also goes away decently quickly because it's just super thin. There we go. Has now been gotten rid of. Why is there soil up here? How are there mountains this tall on this planet? Okay, I think that's a good spot. I'm gonna check up in orbit again because I want to make sure that I'm placing these next bombs very carefully. Round 50 will not be careful at all. So I want to make sure that round 49 is very careful. Allow for the most fun. Alright, back we go. There's still a bomb up there. That's kind of close. I might be able to get to it from the top up there. Alright, it took a little bit of extra fuel because, well, I'm definitely gonna need to refill this hydrazine thing. How many more? Does it even? It might be completely out. Is it completely out? It is. Wow. Well, that'll do us for this, probably the remainder of the round, but it's a little unfortunate. What's even more unfortunate is that I didn't grab TNT. Alright, let's grab this and head over to the other side. Yeah, we should still have enough hydrazine for the rest of the round, just nothing after that. Which is good because we'll need to refresh the depot for round 50 anyway, especially if we're gonna have extra people on. Oh, I was gonna go to orbit, wasn't I? Shucks. I was gonna go to orbit. I didn't go to orbit. Well, I've got a couple of good places to put it anyway. That's a very good place to put it. I just wanted to save that. Kind of a really good outcropping though, and it's kind of like the best one out there. There we go. That should do the trick. And detonate. Nice. You're not anything I can touch, are you? No, you're not. And a crumbling stone to get rid of. Back we fly. Everything is relatively stable. And we're gonna pass right over this gateway. Interesting. And this crater is nice. I love it. Ow. Holy cow, I nearly died there. I need to go to orbit. Yeah. Nope, not interplanetary orbit. I pressed the wrong button. Actually, interplanetary might give me a good idea. Okay, so on this side, we're actually pretty darn good. Most of the stuff is, indeed, on the top. Okay, there is that outcropping. I need to take care of that outcropping then. There's not really any way around it. Oh well. I was gonna flex on Tactile, but, you know, I'm sure he's made thinner stuff. Alright. The flex is not as important as destroying the planet, which is the ultimate flex. Alright. We'll head this over to the other side. We'll destroy that outcropping, which we kind of needed to do anyway. I saw some floating terrain, at least in the low poly model. Bits of terrain over here. I'm wondering if that was just an issue with the low poly model. It might have been. It could have been this stuff. Alright, so what I'm gonna do what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this manually. I do not want to get rid of this with the bomb because it's so thin, it's just going to be a waste of a bomb. It's really cool how thin it was, but it's just not going to work. Alright, then this bit up here, I think this is where the, oh yeah, I think that's definitely where the floating terrain model came from. Alright, we're gonna go right here and just take it all out. Shouldn't be too hard, it's not terribly large. I mean, it's decently large, but it's not not the largest thing I have handled. I've definitely handled larger with my terrain tool. There we go. Starting to really get around the edges of it. And yoink. Right here. Oh wow, there was a one singular pixel of dirt that I was standing on. Alright. I think that's it for that bit. Let's grab the bomb, and I'm going to place it right here. What in the heck are you doing? I want you to lock on. No. To lock on. Lock onto the terrain right here. Why did you not do anything? Okay, now it worked. There we go. Don't know why it took it a while. No, why would you do that to me? There we go. And we're gonna run. Oh, that's not gonna get everything. Of course it's not gonna get everything. I got nearly everything. That was actually pretty good. Better than I expected. One second. I'm gonna take care of this real fast. This is the slower terrain, though. After Novus Project is done, I want to take some of these like down to the lower caves of Aatrox and see how they behave on the super duper hard terrain. I had to go for a while. The dog got out of the yard. There you are. Welcome back. So, is very sleepy now. Well, I imagine he is very sleepy after running that long. Anyway, welcome back, man. Yeah, you just disappeared. I was wondering what happened to you. I was like, did I scare him away again for the umpteenth time? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna just plop you on there. Wow. I'm gonna have to go through and clean up a bunch of this stuff, because this stuff's not supposed to be floating, and it is. And even dropping stuff on it doesn't do anything. Anyway, so, important question, before I forget. So, my thoughts are, I want to try to get maybe Tactile Object and Gina on. Hopefully. I don't know, at this point. But I want to try to make kind of a big event that's more about Astroneer as a whole, and like talking about the history of Astroneer and how far it's come, because especially those two people, they're very knowledgeable. I mean, I'm decently knowledgeable as well, but not as knowledgeable as they are. Anyway, so it might end up being an event where it might be really big, or I might have a lot of viewers in chat. So in that event, I was thinking, what would you say to me potentially modding you? I wouldn't be so unkind as to just mod you for the stream and then unmod you afterwards. I don't think that would be very nice to do. So obviously I will leave you mod, but I might need some help with chat. Would you be willing to help out with that? And since the schedule is still up in the air, ow, it shouldn't. We should be able to still figure out a date and a time that works well for you, and it works well for them as well. So what do you say to that? Let me grab some TNT. Yeah, that was my thought. I think it might be a good idea. For one, I trust you a lot. I know you know the general idea of the channel pretty well. The time would be the only issue, but if we plan it in advance, I'd be more than happy to do it. I think that would be cool because I trust you to maintain the channel really well, and you know, you're one of the more regular people. And you're not especially what's the word? Maniacal. Just don't tend to have much time on the spot. Oh yeah. I'm thinking we plan it a week or two out, which is gonna mean no Astronaut streams for a little bit, which is gonna be sad, but especially because I want to get Gina and I want to get Tactile Object on. I think that planning ahead is paramount. Just thought the terrain didn't load when I entered the crater. yeah. I imagine that's probably what some of them will think too. I have showed this project to people, and they've been like, "Oh, you got a glitch or something?" And it's like, "No, I don't got a glitch. I got a ton of work. That's what I get." I think we're kind of trying to do stuff more over here. I'm gonna handle this outcropping. This outcropping is pretty large. Guess who has two thumbs and finally got around to playing Portal Reloaded? Ooh, you? Because I got around to playing Portal Reloaded, and I have 5 thumbs, and I never got through it. As far as Portal Reloaded was concerned, I'm all left hands. Which is not good considering that I'm right hand dominant. Ooh, that was nice. So yeah, anyway, either way, before round 50, if I want to have other people on, I'm gonna need to do a ton of cleanup. So, ooh, that was nice. So either way, there's gonna need to be a ton of cleanup done. I've been doing a lot of cleanup behind the scenes, but as you can see, I'm generating stuff really fast. And I'm just gonna follow this stuff down to the core since it's a large batch, so I can just kind of get it down. I'd probably say you only cheesed 2 levels and found and collected the companion cube. Nice, congratulations. I have no idea if I cheesed what levels or not. It was a while ago, but I did play it, and it melted my brain. Completely. What little brain I had left was gone before the end of that stream. Yeah, all of those levels are super mega hard. Which, I mean, I guess it's great if you're constantly playing Portal 2 maps and you're, like, looking for another challenge. Some brain melting? Some is an understatement. Understatement of the year. Yeah, I understand, like, hey, it's designed for people who play levels on a regular basis and want more challenges that are kind of seem like stock. Did I play Aperture Desktop? I don't think I have. I haven't heard of that, so I doubt I've played it. Also, look, the fuel depot is out of fuel, so we'll have to refuel that. Let's see. Yeah, that's something like 300 hydrazine that has been used up. Grab a TNT. Oh, that's the last one. don't necessarily know. By the way, I don't necessarily know if I will need a mod, but if I do, and the reason why I don't have any mods on this channel currently, because frankly, this chat is way too slow to need a mod. And I know when new viewers walk in and they just see only a mod in the chat, it's kind of like a little weird. Let's check demo for Steam Deck set in Aperture Science, but you can play on PC with a controller. Good. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Astroneer. Valve's tech demos are always kind of cool. I saw the Valve Vive tech demo. Watched a YouTuber play it, where it brings you face to face in VR with GLaDOS, and that's super intimidating. It's intimidating on video. I imagine how intimidating it had to be in person. And I hope it would work out great. Hope has a couple of real life issues that are preventing her from being able to be at streams that much. And plus, you live in don't you live in I think you live in Europe or something, don't you? Or do you live in Europe or in the US? I want to say it's one of those two. But Hope's all the way over in Egypt. So it doesn't work out super great. I mean, yeah, it's a fair question. I might see if I can try to get Hope on once or twice. Or something like that. Oh, you're in America? Yeah, Hope's in Egypt. You mean Mars? Yeah, Hope is in Egypt. So, might be a slight time difference there. Just saying. That's the main reason why I actually chose my stream times the way they are currently. Just to make sure that she can be able to make it. But she's got a couple of real-life events going on. I'm not going to share her private details. I mean, Glacio? That's the right answer. I'm not going to share her private real-life details, but... yeah. Just going through a couple of things. Hope is chaotic? Very chaotic. Very chaotic. Wouldn't necessarily make a terrible mod, but just... yeah. I mean, I trust her a lot, but I think for the moment, I don't even know if she's gonna be able to make it to that. Of course, we haven't seen her over here at stream in a while. Oh, why would you take away my... No, 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 no. Grab it. There we go. Run. Realize you put the bomb in the wrong spot. That bomb is really low. Ow. Jeez, that hurt. No, 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 no. Oh, wow. Alright then. I guess you're gonna do that. That works. I think I'm gonna put you right here. But Dixper is... Dixper does help contribute to the chaotic energy of the stream. No! Come back here. Saved it. Could you stop freaking out and just do what you're told for 1 second? Might not be close enough, so I'm gonna move it closer. And detonate. Ugh. Ow. I didn't get far enough away in time. It feels farther when you're in the core. Well, that's sad because it's hydrazine down the hole. Alright. Jetpacks. And 2 fuel. Alright, let's pull up our buddy. At least I fell down into the core. Well, that may actually turn out to backfire because there is a bunch of junk in the core and the frame rate is not very steady there. And by not very steady, I mean PowerPoint slideshow. Anyway, Dixper is on. They did actually recently get just recently get an update. Where's my body? Down. Pretty much straight down. They did actually recently get an update, which is pretty cool. Oh, of course I had to fall straight down into the floor proper. Did I? Yes, I did. Yes, the frame drop is real. Figures. I can't even see the beacon in the pillar of stuff. This is just from like 1 or 2 rounds. This is not from a lot of. This is not from a lot of. This is not from a lot of stuff. Alright, so my body is supposed to be like right over here somewhere. But I'm running like 2 frames a second, so I don't know what it's doing. Alright, let me see if I can figure out anything. It's literally right here. Come on, I want my QTRTGs and stuff back. All this stuff is annoying. Do you see the body in there anywhere? I do not see it. Why did I have to be stupid enough to die? Why couldn't I have just been a smart boy? Wait, I saw something there. Oh, please. Might you be it? I can't tell. I don't even know what I was looking at before. Why is the camera against a wall or something? What the heck? I don't know what the camera's hitting there, but it's like hitting a wall or something. None of that stuff should be impacting the camera. Maybe is it those massive rocks? I think it is. No, I can look straight through those massive rocks. Those massive rocks, which, by the way, should be despawned. And are not. Because game logic. This is kind of hopeless. Because hope's not here, get it? Alright, I'll stop. The thing is, the body just always goes straight to the actual complete core. Because it doesn't have a collision when it's falling down with anything. Let me turn on my auto clicker, see if that does anything. Oh, never mind. I don't have it running. Hold on. Now you're running. Should at least clear out a couple of things. And it might give me a slight hint as to where the body is. Don't get in my way. Don't get in my freaking way. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Stupid camera. Oh, this is frustrating. All of this could have been avoided if I had not been stupid about it. It should be like right here. Legit, just right here. Why must you treat me like this, Astroneer? Why must you treat me like this? Maybe it's kind of like higher up here. Oh, I am in here somehow. Wait, is that a thing? That might be a thing. No, that's not a thing. I don't know how I'm standing in here, but I'm standing in here. Alright, auto clicker on. We'll try to mess with some of this stuff and move it around a bit. I should be literally right on top of it. Wait a second. Might that be it? Possibly? Why is the camera just... Is it actually getting hung up on the resources? So that's actually insane. Not in a good way. Oh, this is frustrating. Stop traveling in front of the camera, stupid resources. Wait, might that be this in here? No. I can hear my QTRTGs. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I'm gonna turn the music off for just a second. Since the audio is based on the camera, not on the player, might be able to use that to deduce where it is. So, listening carefully. Let me actually turn my audio up. Turn these off now. That'll help with a little bit of detail. Try that. I feel like it might be over here somewhere. Should be right next to me. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I see my QTRTGs. I see him. I see him. I found it. Alright, I'm just gonna move. Oh, yes! That means I can get out of this hellhole of lag. No! Click it. Why are you not clicking it? Why are you... No. That. Okay. I got everything. Got everything. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm out of here. Care what you're doing. I don't say. I'm out of here. Want my frame rate back. And I need to do a bunch of cleanup over there. Okay. Let's turn everything back down. My terrain and everything back up. There we go. Back to 4. And... play. There we go. Okay, we're in business. Finally. Alright, we're in business. Let's see if there's anything that I can... any resources that I can get to kind of explode. Over here. I think we're good. Alright. Back in business! Yeah! Alright, let's see if we can add... Maybe I could add an additional window capture to get the sticky notes up on screen as well. Might be a good idea. Can't afford to make this mistake again. Absolutely cannot. Because fuel is now very limited. This should be the last bomb, though. Not even close. Alright. You know what? We're taking a break. We're gonna refuel the system now. We're gonna go back to Glacio. Well, first, let's check. And make sure that we did a good job. I want to check the, I want to check all the fun stuff over here. We did get rid of quite a few outcroppings. Some significant progress. There's kind of one down there a little bit. We got 3 more bombs, we can play around with it. Alright. Glacio calls. I shall worry about the evenness of launches later on. Right now, we just need to get this stuff done. this. Gonna go over here. Gonna grab you. Enter. Yes. Off we go. Back to Novus with enough fuel. Last us a century. Alright. Novus is just a little sliver now. And I hope TAC is still on. Wow, she's got a bunch of viewers. Dang. You know what? I'm just gonna go over here for a second. Alright. Fuel depot has been refilled. Okay, I'm gonna need to print out some more TNT. That is fortunately what you are here for. Okay, there's the fourth one, right there. I'm just gonna set the TNT right here. We have 3 more, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. That is 3 TNT that we're gonna need. Alright, the fuel depot has been refilled and is ready for us to continue using and abusing it. Okay, so the fuel depot has been refilled. We're gonna try to find those couple of outcroppings and handle them with these remaining bombs. I kind of feel like that might be one of them. Yeah, okay, I'll blow it up. I don't need much convincing to blow something up. At least not on Novus, that is. I'm gonna go farther back because I want this. I do want it to go deep, but I also go far back. That'll work. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Not terrible. That should work. There we go. That was nice. That actually came out super clean. Oh, there we go. Nice, that worked. Just gonna fall with this to the center real fast. There we go. Love the feeling when you haven't examined 2 days and you spend an hour on a problem and it doesn't work. Only for you to realize that your 9 from earlier looked like a 0. Oh, that's not a good feeling. Hey, at least you managed to fix the problem. Hey, good luck on the exam in a couple of days, though. I'm guessing it's a math problem, because that's the only thing I would think of where the numbers looking different would make a huge difference. So that was so that's a math problem, I'm guessing? Also, Holden, do you notice any buzz in my mic? I was looking at some of the recent recordings, and it seems like the buzz is mostly absent. Which is obviously encouraging. Yeah, the 2-page long problems? Oh, yeah. That's like similar levels of frustration to what I was going through in the with the 2 frames per second in the core. Well, hopefully I can help you relax a little bit. Are those like word problems where it's like, imagine that you have 51 of X material and your friend has 52. Between the two of you, how fast is the average train going to get to transfer you guys? It's always ridiculously complicated. It's way overcomplicated. It is just the worst. It's like, well, why do you tell me way more information than I needed to know to solve the problem? And why did I forget to bring TNT? I'll be right back. I entirely forgot to bring TNT. Bombs aren't much use if you can't set them off. I wish it were algebra. You cried tears of joy for algebra. What is it then, if you don't mind me asking? Also, I don't know a whole lot of people who would cry tears of joy if anything were algebra. But I'm guessing you're talking like trigonometry or something. And no, I was just talking about those stupid word problems which get handed all the time in algebra, trigonometry, and all that fun stuff. Or at least they were in my curriculum. Bombs aren't much use if you can't... Shut up. I'm totally not a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist. Don't clip that. Don't take that out of context. That would look very bad. Practice trig. Ah. Trig sucks. Now I can kind of understand why you would cry tears of joy for algebra. Because then it would be just algebra. This song's kind of a bop, though. That was a nice long fall. Had enough of these tangerine dreams? Yeah. I know you said tangerines, but I added the word dreams in there because it just sounds cool. I didn't get fuel. I should have gotten fuel. Oh well, we're not sticking around very long after the boom anyway. I don't think this is a very well-placed bomb, but here we go. Was a nice explosion, though. It's always nice to get the frame rate back when you have an explosion of resources. Oh, great. Missile isn't much good without fuel after all. That is true. At that point, it's just a big fancy bomb. I really don't like how the ground scatter just kind of comes back. If I could just, like, destroy you guys for good, then I'd be happy. No you don't. Why is my terrain tool stuck on? Okay, I think I left my auto-clicker wasn't on before. Oh, after hours off fiddling, I managed to mod Minecraft onto my VR headset. Goodness, why would you want to do that? Genuine question. I don't know why someone would want Minecraft VR. Or is it kind of or is it one of those just because you can types of things? And down. Come on. You guys really need to cooperate, please. I want to get this with the next bit. With the next, okay, we got some of that. Let's see, I should be able to get it with this bit of terrain right here. That was good. That worked. I want to set off a bomb here next time, but I don't want to have to deal with all of the big stuff permanently. I'm gonna set... So, I mean, I know there's definitely VR mods to Minecraft. Yeah, let's just like, why? Ah! Why would you, why would you fall on? How about that? Minecraft, huh? Can I just, like... Can't ever quite draw a straight line to you in this game. With the add tool. Approximate with that tool. That didn't do anything. That would be because I'm way far off. You know what? I don't care about it. Could you stop falling in ravines, please? It makes me enjoy Minecraft again. Everything got so building farms for the sake of building farms, but now you spend an hour making a little hut fully furnished with chairs, fireplace, and some of the most fun you ever had. Fair enough. That sounds pretty fun. Yeah, it is always nice to refresh the game for yourself. No matter what game. If it's a game that you enjoy a lot, and are decently good at, which is not a lot of games for me. If it's a game you enjoy and you're decently good at, always good to refresh the game, just in how you play it and everything. What is shooting at me? Can you stop, please? Okay, we're heading back. I'm running low on fuel. You can actually sit on stuff. You can sit on the edge of a cliff watching the sunset, having the time of your life. That's pretty cool. That's a legit reason. I mean, you could just sit on a cliff in real life and watch a real sunset, but that wouldn't be fun, would it? Nah, I'm just joking. I get what you mean. So, in the interim between now and the 50th round, I think I might also pick up Hob again. I don't know if Holden you were there for Hob or not, but Hob was a lot of fun. I got stuck, and Assyria said she was gonna be able to help me out a little bit with it. I don't have any cliffs nearby. Ah. And I mean, I guess theoretically though, Hob is a game. I should not have Astronium. There we go. Now I no longer have Astronium. But you know what I do have? Dynamite. Yeah, Hob is a game. It's like, it seems to be like a little RPG type roguelike type thing. It's pretty cute. I'm very bad at it, but it's pretty cute. I need to get more fuel. I didn't get enough fuel for the trip. There we go. Yeah, I streamed it a while ago. I think the stream should be up on the Records YouTube channel. I'm not actually 100% sure. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see. I also want to make sure to make a video at the end of the Novus Project about how the Novus Project, about like the start of the journey of the Novus Project, you know, how it started from beginning to end, and kind of go over each round. Definitely watch. Hey, you know, it should be fun. I don't know entirely when I'll be playing again. Would you want me to ping you in the Discord, or would that be, or would you just be able to see it on the stream notifications? Genuine question. You know what? Just for grins and giggles, and because I'm lazy, I'm gonna put the bomb here. I want to get rid of that peak. Run. That's far enough away. Ooh, that went nicely, actually. That went really nicely. Have notifications for the stream, so if available, you hop on. Cool. Hey, plants. Why, plants? Why? Why must you do me dirty like this? Oh dear, he's pulling out Dexter. Oh no. I am doomed. I am also nearly out of soil. That can be fixed. I don't know why plants can be so fiddly in this game. Just realize that you are no longer on the ground. There we go. All your abilities are gone. What? What? That can't be right. Are you sure you're in the right collection? Because abilities are collection specific. I have two collections currently active. I've got the General Collection and the Astroneer Collection on. You might be looking in either the General Collection or the Astroneer Collection, and your skills might be in the other one. But I mean, like, that's not something I can change or take away, so that would not be good. I don't really care about the little bits of organic on the surface. That's not big of a deal as actual hostile plants. So are you sure you're checking in the correct, thingamajigger? The correct collection? It's really close. Why won't you go? Has the Astroneer logo? Have you checked the general collection? Do you have skills in the general collection? Because that's the Astroneer collection. You might just have skills in the general collection and not remember it. And I think it's like over on the left side or something. What's the logo for it? I don't think it actually has a logo. Let me see. Let me pull up actual Dixper. Dixper Studio. Let me see. Let me click that link and see if I can go to that. Or if it's just gonna... Oh no, it's not... I'm not signed in, so that's good. Oh no, it signed me in. Dang it. No. Maximize. Alright, so over on the... Hold on, so over on the left, let me get, studio mode, get the browser, no capture. Let's see, there we go. That transition lagged a whole lot. Alright, we're gonna just do the normal stinger one. So, okay, over here, going to, just going to this. If I go over here, so you can expand or retract the Astroneer collection and the general collection. So those are the two that are currently active. And I mean, the Astroneer collection's over here, and then if you hover over it, it should tell you, or if you just click on it. So these two are active currently. Does that make sense? Alright, I'm gonna go back. There we go. Does that make sense, Holden? That's kind of how to check if you're on the general collection. You're empty on both of those. Wow, that sucks. Alright. Give me a second. I don't know why it would do. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna gift you a couple of crates, simply because it'll make your life easier. Alright. That should be gifted to you. My plans have been foiled. Oh, no, 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 no. Twitch soundtrack, do not... Why did Pretzel Rocks die? Soundtrack, die. Okay. Pretzel Rocks, stop. Back? Maybe? Okay, why am I not hearing Pretzel Rocks in my headphone? I can hear things over here. I can't hear it in my headphones, but it says it's coming out. There's something over on voice meter. There we go. It just had issues with my microphone for some reason. Okay, you guys can all go down. Have a party down there. There we go. Alright, we'll worry about that other cleanup later. Alright, so, you should have those... Wait a second, what is that? Oh, nearly died right there. Now may the madness begin? Oh dear. Maybe I shouldn't have gifted you quite so many. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. Except hope and pray I make it back to base in time. Oh wow, congratulations for the extra crate. That's like a legendary, I think. Yeah, I mean, I gave you 20 in each, so, like, if you want more, you're gonna have to probably have to buy some more, because you can't just be giving out crates like crazy, you know? Alright, unless, of course, you buy some more channel points. But that kind of counts as buying more. I'm gonna need to make some more jetpacks over here. No longer Christmas. Hey! Oh, I now have a tambourine for an engine. Alright then. So wait, I don't think jetpacks can be printed by a small printer, can they? Lady Luck was on your side? Uh-huh, sure. More like Lady Sympathy. Okay, wait, so, examine. Yeah, jetpacks cannot be made on... Wait, no. Hydrogen thruster? Okay, that's a shuttle thruster. Jetpacks cannot be made on that. Alright, fine. Cool. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to Glacio. And probably I meant for the free bonus crate. Ah, yeah, sure. That makes a little more sense. Yeah, that's like a legendary reward, so I'm gonna actually land right here for just a second. I want to get my launches to an even number, because I just like doing that. Now we'll be back at an even number when we land. Oh. Uh-oh. What is it? I can't move my... Well, I guess we're stuck in orbit now. Oh, thankfully it didn't last too long. Alright, thanks for trapping me in orbit there for a little bit. That was kind of interesting. Oh, this was ranked mythical. Envelope? Don't know what will happen. Oh dear. No, the one you're clicking on. I only made a few mythicals ever, so it's one of very few things. Wait a second. Let me check Dixper real fast. Collections. General collection. Oh, the envelope was ranked mythical. Right, okay. Was it? Edit. Yeah, the envelope is made mythical. The, I don't feel like that's nearly on par with the other two mythicals. Well, no, the envelope would just have really bad Wi-Fi. Ah, that's fine. So the envelope doesn't feel like it's super equal to the others. Oh well. I think some of the other stuff that it has... Let me check and see what it's got in the thing. Oh yeah, so it blocks, like, it'll block either, like, all the keys, or rotate the screen, or block the mouse. Why are you have errors? Error processing skill filter for component mouse. Wait a second. Let me try something. Go my collections. Astroneer. Blocking my mouse. Block my mouse. Mouse. Where are you? Mouse. Oh, hi, Tetris. Audio? That is tiny. That is very... That came through the wrong output. Did that even come through on stream? I didn't even hear that on stream. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Dixper is just having a couple of issues. Mouse. Try it. Oh, no, it does block it. I can't do anything with my mouse now. Like, I am clicking. Oh, now it stopped. And it still gave the same error. Huh. I don't know what the error is, but at least it functions. Okay, I need to go to settings. Settings. Voice and audio. Oh, yes. We need to change that. That should fix it. Yeah, alright, I think that'll fix it. There was no audio. Great. Alright, yeah. They changed their UI, so I'm struggling to get the UI correct. This is just a brand new update for Mixper. Not a ton I can do about it. But it came through as extremely faint on my end, so I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't hear it. And I don't know why. Tetris has to be in the Isn't Tetris in the Astroneer collection? I don't remember where Tetris is. Alright, you know what? I know this has audio. Okay. That's not doing anything. Alright, let's try that again. Nope, it's not working. Alright, I can just barely hear it coming through, and it doesn't feel like it's coming through the correct area. I think Dixper might have a bit of a problem. Alright, I'm gonna try this again, and see where it comes through on here. Yeah, this is coming through on the wrong... I think this is a Dixper problem. Spray, you don't get the extra hour skill, or did I already? Well, I mean, I'm probably actually going to end, because it's 10 p.m. where I'm at. I do want to raid into... I do want to raid somebody. I do have some ideas. Let's see. What do you think? Do you want to raid somebody who is playing Astroneer, or do you want to raid a couple of good friends of mine? Let's see. I mean, this person has Astroneer, so run that. They're on Visenya right now, it looks like. Jokes on you, 1 a.m. for you. Wow. I guess then maybe you better hope that, I guess maybe then you better hope you don't get that skill. Right, friend? Okay, well, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. So this friend, for some reason, has 242 viewers right now. I have no idea how or why. But I am going to. We'll rate her. We only have 3 people, but you know it'll work. Do it on the weekend. Yeah. Well, weekends don't really actually work for me all that well. So this lady is one of the reasons why I started streaming Astroneer, and weekends don't really work all that well for me because Sundays are always extremely busy. They're like a 12-hour work day for me. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go rate Tactical Illusion. She is a good friend of mine, and she's apparently having a celebration of International Women's Day today. So, if that's something that you're into, then it should be fun. And I will see you guys on the other side of the raid. Very much.